Welcome back to the Old Colony Cast, a podcast about all things Plymouth and surrounding areas. I am your host, Andy, and again, we are without Hannah. She's got some family business to take care of, but she'll be back. Why you stop shutting us off? She'll be back. Trust us. It'll be fine. No, wait, no.
No, Mom, I promise she's coming back. She's not gone. She's just busy.
And that voice you hear is our chiseled from stone editor. You can chisel stuff around, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay, yeah. Chiseled from stone editor Fish.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't have... I'm just very soft, pudgy stone.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Who did the research on this episode?
Cool. This is where we found out that we're doing my episode.
Yeah. See, that was my little bit of a segue because it was probably like the second episode that I knew what we were talking about ahead of time that I didn't actually research.
Yeah, because normally this is where we freeze, make small talk, and then throw over to Hannah, hey, what are we talking about?
I don't have any small talk today.
No, because we did all our small...
Is this gonna... This will
be January's.
This will be the first... Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To all our listeners for 2025.
Yep, welcome to 2025. We are kicking off with...
I'm just going to say... So, the whole thing, we knew Hannah wasn't going to be here. So, I'm like, I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but text me what you're going to do so we don't end up...
So we don't end up somehow with a 5-page list.
You texted me, and I was like, that idiot didn't double check his spell check, which is something I shouldn't throw stones. Ha. That'll be funny in a second, guys. Because I don't ever do that. And I just assumed that you had typed Dighton Rock, and I'm like, we already did that.
We did Dighton Rock. I know we did Dighton Rock.
But what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Dungeon Rock in Lynn.
Not Dighton Rock.
No, not okay. Dighton. Not Dighton related at all.
And if you caught the end of the last episode, I said, we love rocks in Massachusetts.
We do. And I do not remember which one of us put this on the list.
Oh, it was on the list?
It was on the list.
Me, I don't think.
I think it was Hannah. I had never heard of this.
Yeah.
And this story is great.
Was it recently on the list?
No, this is like page 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
This is way up. I was scrolling down the list for the first. I figure Hannah likes murder.
Are you doing a murder thing?
No, I would never.
Oh,
I was literally no. No.
I was going to stop the podcast right now.
I would.
The switch is right here. I can just click.
I would never. You know why? She'd find me.
Yeah.
Because again, Hannah likes to kill people with kindness. But it was one of those things where Hannah's the crime and murder person. You tend to handle kind of nerdy things sometimes. You did.
Let's go pop culture.
Yeah, you did pop culture. I think my lane is the kind of the weird stuff guy.
Okay.
So when I started reading about this, I realized it's got ghosts, it's got pirates, it's got pirate ghosts.
I'm in.
I'm so in.
Is there sarcasm? It's a
no.
Brother
No. I got there.
All right.
I had to run through my thoughts to make sure that there was in fact no sarcasm.
Okay.
No, I wish I could do a good ghost pirate voice. I'd be doing the entire thing in it, but I can't. So the story starts in.
Sorry, just to derail this even further. Is there a difference between a pirate voice and a ghost pirate voice?
For me, maybe.
Okay.
For you, no, because they all sound like.
I think I can pull off a pirate,
dude. Every accent you do is
not for a pirate. I'm not gonna do it right now.
You've already got one. I know how all of your accents work.
It's gonna be like, arr.
They already got. Yeah, I know. So anyway, the story starts in the mid 17th century in the city of basically Boston. Because I don't know how much of a thing Lynn was at this point.
Okay.
Where the locals saw 4 pirates rowing a boat up the Saugus River from their pirate ship with a chest.
Okay.
They tried to follow it, lost them in the woods. And then the next day, they had a note on the Saugus Ironworks, which is so basically asking for a bunch of tools and axes and manacles and handcuffs to be made. And if you bring them to a spot in the woods, we'll pay you for them.
So the pirates left the note?
That is implied.
Okay.
So they did so because I don't really know what else is going on in the 17th century, but why wouldn't you?
Sure. I mean, I feel like I'd do it now if I had the ability.
Oh yeah. So they put together the equipment, brought it to the woods, got paid, and that was the last anyone heard of anything for 4 months.
Who paid them? Just these guys? They were just guys in the
There
woods?
was just silver there after they left. Like they dropped the stuff off, they left, they came back. There was silver coins.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. So 4 months later, pirates returned, and the four of them basically built a little house in the woods, had a little garden, dug a well. Very
The
quaint.
pirates did.
The pirates did. The pirates were living in the woods
Okay.
for a short time until the authorities realized there were pirates living in the woods
Okay.
and arrested 3 out of the 4 pirates and brought them back to England to be tried and executed.
All right.
The 4th pirate, I'm going to say hero. He's not a hero. By the name of Thomas Veal, escaped to Dungeon Rock, which is about 2 miles away,
All right.
which is where they believe he buried the treasure. And then that is where he lived for a fair amount of time. Apparently, he would visit town and buy stuff and worked as a shoe maker.
Cobbler.
Yeah. Which is a weird thing, because if you're a pirate living on a treasure, why would you bother making shoes?
Because, if they have serial numbers, like sequential serial numbers on the doubloons, and they can track you.
Yes, they can. Let's go with that. Money laundering in 17th century England. So this continued until 1658, where an earthquake hit the region, collapsing the cave with Veal and the treasure inside.
So Dungeon Rock is a cave?
Dungeon Rock is a rock formation.
Okay.
And cave and now tunnel, which we will get to.
Okay.
So in 1658, and I looked, there was actually an earthquake.
All right.
This isn't like they didn't make up an earthquake in the earthquake.
The earthquake actually happened.
Yes, which threw me off because there was also one in 1638,
Okay.
but there were 2,
Sure.
and it was like a 6 points. It was a good sized earthquake.
All right.
Collapsed the cave. So here's the thing: everything I just told you, I kind of handed.
Okay.
It
All
was
lies.
published in a book called The History of Lynn in 1829 by a man named Alonzo Lewis.
Okay.
That is, as far as I can tell, the first time any of that
Has
ever existed.
So is Veal a real pirate?
Eh.
Okay.
That's the thing. There's nothing there. There's no
there there.
There's no there. He, as far as I can tell, he made it up from whole cloth. About 40 years later, another historian basically called him out on it.
Yeah.
And this guy's name is, James Newell.
Okay.
I like this guy. I want to quote him because his quote was fun and old-timey, and also that right level of kind of sarcastic.
Old-timey D-bag?
No, old-timey skeptic.
Okay.
Without any desire to obliterate the glowing impressions which a fond credulity loves to cherish, it seems a duty to inquire as to the foundation on which these stories rest. No recorded evidence has been discovered respecting the persons and transactions so circumstantially brought to view. Among the records of various courts, which abound in allusions at least to matters even the most trivial significance, nothing is found. And none of the gossiping old writers who delighted especially to dwell upon whatever partook of the wonderful and mysterious make any mention of these things. The abode of the pirates was almost within a stone's throw of the ironworks, which was in operation at the time, but there is no evidence that anyone there knew about the outlaws. He even actually asked, he spoke to the original writer,
Yeah.
and he just said it was traditional. It was just local tradition. He just wrote it down like it was fact.
Oh, so kind of like a word, like a urban legend.
He wrote down, he wrote down the local legend as complete fact. There is, but this guy Newell went and checked everything,
Yeah.
and there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to have the name of the survivor that was never caught, but not the names of the guys that were tried and executed.
Yeah.
You know?
But again, it's just that, like, there's no there. However, this was in 1865, which, first of all, the fact that the city of Lynn had two history of Lynn's written in the same, within 140 years of each other is wild.
So the history of Lynn was written...
There was a history of Lynn in 1829, written by the first guy, and then another one in 1865.
Oh, I got what you're saying. Okay.
45 years later, or 35 years later.
Yeah.
I don't know how much is happening,
I
guys.
thought you meant the history of Lynn was written 40 years after the founding of Lynn.
No. However, it was a little too late. In the 1830s, like, the first book sparked, like, a renewed interest in this kind of thing because, of course, it did.
Yeah.
It's a buried treasure.
Of course, yeah. So is this going to be like one of those things where, like, the news story splashed big and then the retraction was on, like, page 20?
Oh, what retraction. Buddy.
I said, like...
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So in the 1830s, they made two attempts to kind of open the cave with gunpowder.
That may or may not have been there.
Yeah.
Do we even know if the cave exists?
Right. I don't.
Okay.
So, but they did try. Okay, you know what? Yeah, they apparently the opening to the cave. They destroyed the opening to the cave trying to blow it open. In the 1830s, they tried to blow it open. They blew it up instead.
Oh, okay.
So instead of like blasting, like leaving the opening, it just made it worse.
Okay.
Then you get to 1852, where a spiritualist named Hiram Marble. Let's try that again. Hiram Marble.
Okay.
Bought the land where Dungeon Rock was located and started to dig. He basically decided he was going to tunnel into the rock and find the cave, like Oak Island style.
Okay.
He was being guided by the ghosts of Thomas Veal and the pirate captain.
So Veal wasn't the captain.
No, Veal was just a part of the crew.
Okay. Did he make up a captain? I mean, did he
I
get
believe
the captain's name?
the captain's name was Harris.
Okay.
Again, this
First
person.
or last name?
I just assume last. You know, first name Captain.
Okay, first name
Yeah,
Captain.
first name
last
Captain. Last name Harris. Like it nominative
Determinism.
I'm really bad at talking today. So yeah, he and his son bought the land, built a house, and immediately started trying to tunnel. Being guided, again, by the ghosts of the pirates, who, as we found out, may or may not exist.
Right.
Yes. So his method was to ask the ghosts which way to, like, write out the questions he would ask, fold it up, hand the note to a medium. The medium would feel the paper, and then answer the questions for the ghost.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
It's a new one. Yeah, so he would just give a note and dig in a direction that the ghost told him to.
Yeah.
This started in 1852 and continued for the rest of both of their lives.
Of course it did.
They spent all of their life savings, started offering bonds so you could pay $1 and you would get paid back a portion of the treasure when they found it.
Okay.
And they offered tours.
Sure.
For like 20, I think it's like 25 cents.
Okay.
So you would pay your quarter.
Yeah.
And then get a tour of the ghost tunnel. And
The one that they were digging.
They were digging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so let's see. Hiram started in 1852 and died in 1865.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah, 1865. His son continued and dug until 1880, when he also passed away.
Okay. So that's what,
38 years.
Jeez.
28 years of digging a tunnel into rock
Yeah.
in Lynn.
So if there wasn't one,
Oh, there's a cave now.
now there's a cave.
Oh, there's a cave now.
Okay.
So they continued. They dug until 1880. Passed away. The son is buried on the land. at the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
His body is like his grave marker is a big pink stone,
Okay.
and it's big. Like
a big stone.
I watched a video of somebody like going in and like exploring the cave because I wanted to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
Because it's still there and it's massive.
Yeah.
It is over 174 feet long.
The cave.
The tunnel. No, I'm sorry. The cave.
That's fine. I'm just making sure.
The stone is, say about 5-6 feet tall.
Okay.
It's big. It's a hefty stone.
All right.
It's a good sized rock. The tunnel is 174 feet deep.
Yeah.
Still accessible. It is, however, locked up. There is a heavy iron door that basically locks it shut, but the park will like open it and let you in.
Okay.
You just have to ask.
All right.
It looks.
Is it public land now?
Oh yeah. In 1881, after the last of the marbles passed,
Yeah.
I've been so
After
avoiding.
we lost our marbles.
I've been avoiding that reference since I started writing this episode like a day and a half ago. Okay, I know it's. I know I was trying to be better. I thought we'd be better. I don't know why. I don't know why. What was I thinking? But yeah, so after the marbles passed, the city of Lynn bought the land, and I want to make sure I get the name of the park right. It is called the Lynn Woods Reservation.
Okay.
It is a 2,200 acre municipal park in the middle of the city. It is like it's bigger than Central Park in New York.
Wow. Okay.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I think it's like the third
I didn't
largest.
think Lynn was that big.
I didn't either. It's like the third largest like in a city park in the U.S. or something lunatic like that. It's hefty.
Interesting.
And I'd never heard of it. And I was in Lynn last week.
I was gonna say
I was just there.
Yeah.
But
not really parky.
no, but apparently very parky.
Interesting.
Just like they took all their park and put it in one big honking place. But yeah, the cave. But I do want to, because I did watch a guy go in and like go caving.
Yeah.
It looks like it was designed by a guy listening to ghosts.
Okay.
Like you go up the gate, it's blocked off with a big iron door. You open the iron door, it goes down, straight down, at like a, I don't know, 60-degree angle to the point where they have stairs.
Okay, all right.
Like they put in like a metal staircase to lead you down, and then it just kind of goes down, and then it turns right, and then it turns left, and then it goes down a little, then it goes up. It's like it's
just a tunnel built in random
directions.
It is
basically yeah to the point where basically he, according to Marble, like his original plan was dig a tunnel parallel to the cave and then cut into the cave.
Yeah.
And then the ghosts told him to do something else. So he dug around in weird directions.
I feel like they should have a movie of this.
Oh my God,
because then we would have the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I can't swear on this podcast. I can't swear on this podcast. I can't swear on this podcast. It's fine. But yeah, that's
wow.
I'd never heard of it. It was one of those things where I'm like, oh, Dungeon Rock. It's one of those weird little rock. No, I got ghost pirates. I wasn't expecting pirate ghosts.
Oh, right. I'm like, the ghost told him what direction.
The ghost told, the ghost of the pirates, who may or may not have existed because there's no evidence of him before 1829, told this guy which direction to dig his tunnel. Instead of original plan was just dig down, turn left into the cave.
Yeah.
Nope, you got to wander around like you're Moses in the flippin' desert.
So they never got into the other cave.
There's no cave.
It may not have been.
I don't even know if there's like another real, like, I don't know if there's much of a cave there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the geology of the North Shore well enough to like to tell you what kind of cave systems would exist.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just,
That's awesome. It's a good story.
Thank you.
I don't even remember it being on the list.
I didn't. Yeah. I don't know. I assume Hannah put it on the list because I had never heard of this, and this is so my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
That
it's
I thought
ghosts and stupid.
It's ghost. It's stupidity. It's like 19th century spiritualists making wildly questionable life choices.
Yeah.
And all you got was a dude. And it's basically we have our own little Curse of Oak Island.
Sure.
Yeah, where you're just told that you're digging.
I've heard of that. I really don't know what that is.
Well, we're going back to Canada for this one. There's a tiny island in Canada where people thought
like buried treasure.
Where people thought there was a buried treasure, and people have been digging for all that treasure for I don't know, like 120 years.
Is there anyone that you know of actively searching for this?
Oh, the Dungeon Rock one?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, because it's parkland and it's locked off, and you can't dig down there anymore. But you'll get like the paranormal explorer kind of people
that will
going down there
do
looking
like
for
a ghost hunt kind of thing.
Yeah, ghost hunt for the ghosts of, I guess, Thomas Veal, who isn't a real person, and Edwin Marble, who had a really kind of tragic life, where his entire life was spent tunneling into a rock because his dad thought there was a treasure there.
That's crazy.
It is. And I guess that's the part where we stop talking.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at Inebri-art.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at Inebri-art.com. Thanks again for listening.